the happy boy.
What parents can do for children with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. Spina Bifida is an open wound or swollen area along the spinal cord, visible at birth. It is also known as myelomeningocele. Hydrocephalus is commonly known as water on the brain, as the baby's head can become swollen and enlarged. Both conditions need urgent medical treatment and ongoing care. This film shows parents and caregivers how they can support the physical development of children born with these neural tube defects. Why do we need to pay attention to babies' movements? Information and instruction for parents and field workers on how to practice mobility in children from birth. Children with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus do not move easily by themselves due to loss of feeling and muscle strength in their legs and arms. They need help from their parents or caregivers to come to optimal daily activity. Activities such as sitting, standing, walking give children the opportunity to participate in family life. For standing and walking, maintaining mobility of the hips, knees and feet is crucial. Look at the special position of the feet of this 4-year-old boy. He needs the help of a chair and his mum to stand. The position of his feet could have been improved by mobility exercises from the beginning. How to achieve optimal mobility. Newborns move spontaneously immediately after birth. Your child with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus needs your help to move from the very beginning. In motor development, you can help your child in 3 ways: by stimulating motor development, maintaining joint mobility, positioning your child in the right way. How to stimulate your baby. The first way to help your child is in stimulating motor development, with activities such as rolling, crawling, sitting, standing and walking. Stimulating baby's development starts at birth. Flexing the hip and raising the leg stimulates arm control and head function. Rolling from back to belly and vice versa is the first step in moving around. It gives children the opportunity to change position and explore the world. In children with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus, parents can help their child learn to roll over. Here, the therapist shows mother how to slowly stimulate rolling by flexing the legs and moving them sideways. The child is playing with the ball and the therapist is helping him get to the ball. This is joyful practice for mother and child. In the case of Hydrocephalus, keeping the head upright takes a lot of energy. Keeping their head up is a sport for every baby, especially for those with hydrocephalus. Take your baby on your lap, in a half-sitting, half-lying position. Make sure that the shoulders are forward and keep them there with your hands. With flexed shoulders, baby's head cannot fall back. Babies get tired from being on their belly and keeping their head upright. Therefore, gradual training is essential. Start with 10-second head lifting and make it longer day by day. Talk together and have fun. Sitting in this way is safe. Shoulders are forward, baby's head cannot fall back. The physiotherapist shows mother how her child can sit in a stable position between her legs. Baby's hands are together and he can play with a balloon or take his bottle. The next step is crawling. This girl is crawling with 2 legs, first with 2 legs symmetrically together. The next step is alternate crawling, where the child moves leg by leg just as needed when walking. She crawls to the table and pulls herself up to stand. Look at the correct position of her feet. She is able to stand and to walk. She can even walk at her mother's hand. It will take extra practice to walk independently. She may need the use of a walking aid for walking long distances. Not all children develop into independent walkers. Some will need a wheelchair to move around at home or at school. As someone called it, this wheelchair lets me do what I want to do. In summary, when stimulating baby's development, it is important to make the practice joyful. Stay in contact with your baby and play. Getting stronger makes it easier to keep the head upright and under control. Moving around starts with rolling. Pay attention to sitting in the correct way and practice standing and walking. If needed, a walking aid or wheelchair may be required. A physiotherapist can help you. Ask for a physiotherapy consultation. What you can do to help your child. As well as stimulating development, as parents you can also help your child to keep their joints mobile. Flexible joints are a prerequisite for most physical activities. Full range of motion from flex-on to complete extension of the hips, knees and feet is needed for standing and walking. Maintaining joint mobility. The therapist shows the mother how to optimise mobility of the hip and knee. Use a slow pace. Move the leg from maximal flex-on of the hip and knee to maximal extension of the hip and knee, and keep the joint for 2 seconds in the flexed and extended end position. Do it at least 10 times each side. If you do it this way, it does not harm your child. And talk to your baby. It will distract him and you will both have fun. Mobility of the feet. For standing and walking, you need a neutral position of the feet. The baby lies quietly on its back and the therapist shows mother how to flex and extend the right foot. Use a slow pace. Keep the lower leg in a neutral position. Take the heel of your hand and flex the extended foot. Do it 10 times. The same is done with stretch knee, also 10 times. Then change to the other foot. Do these mobility exercises several times a day, for example, whilst changing nappies. Make it a daily routine. Mother is doing the exercises for the first time. You can see that she does not feel confident, but with the help of the therapist, she will improve very quickly. It is important that the therapist shows parents how to do the mobility exercises so that parents will be able to practice every day at home. Mobility of the hips. Pay attention to the extension of the hip. The baby is lying on their side. The physiotherapist fixes the pelvis with one hand, and with the other hand she is moving the leg backwards 5 times with flex knee and 5 times with stretched knee. Move at a slow pace and keep the hip for 2 seconds in the end position. After 10 repetitions, change side. Teaching parents how to keep hip mobility. The physiotherapist teaches and the mother learns quickly how to keep the hip joint mobile. Stretch the hip both with flex knee and extended knee. Keep the hip for 2 seconds in the fully stretched position. After mobility exercises, lay your baby on their belly. The prone position is also good practice for hip mobility and for developing strong muscles in the neck and back. Keep practicing even when your child gets older. With this corner chair, this girl of 2 years is able to sit. In this upright position, she is part of daily life and can join family activities. By using a sitting device previously, this girl has developed independent sitting. Look how she is able to play while sitting. Full range of motion is essential for standing and walking. Mother is practicing mobility of the knee. However, you can see full extension of the knee is not possible. This needs special attention because full extension is essential to be able to stand. The physiotherapist can show mother how to practice full range of motion. This 4-year-old boy has sufficient muscle strength to stand. However, due to the abnormal feet position, he is not able to stand independently. He needs orthopedic shoes to fix his feet in a neutral position so that standing and walking small distances is possible. In summary, maintaining mobility. Children with Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus do not move easily by themselves. They may lie or sit most of the day. Therefore, they need help from their parents and caregivers to keep full mobility of the hips, knees and feet. This is essential for standing and walking. Practice from birth onwards. Exercise each joint 10 times in the full range of motion at a slow pace. Hold the joint for 2 seconds in each end position every time you change a nappy, and maintain this practice as your child grows. Make this mobility routine joyful by chatting and having fun with your child. A physiotherapist can teach you. Ask for a physiotherapy consultation. What you can do to help your child. Positioning your baby in the right way when lying, carrying and sitting will help your child feel comfortable and prevent complications. Lying position. Use mid-back side. For babies, a mid-back side lying position is more comfortable and their wound can heal. Use a roll so that the baby will keep this mid position. Change sides frequently to prevent bed sores. For babies with hydrocephalus, mid-backside lying is also preferable. Roll up 2 or 3 towels and keep an open end. Lie the baby half on its back, half on its side. Carrying positions, fully supported. Carrying your child with hydrocephalus needs attention. In this picture, the head of the baby is lagging backwards. This is uncomfortable and can cause pain in the neck and trouble with swallowing. The full backside of the head has to be supported by the scarf so that the head cannot fall backwards. The head of this baby is supported by the baby carrier. The baby can look around. His head is not falling into the uncomfortable and painful backwards position. Carrying your child with hydrocephalus on the arm is uncomfortable for both parent and child. Instead, carry your baby in a sitting position with its back against your belly. It is easier to keep the shoulders forward and prevent the head from falling backwards. Sitting comfortably with family. In this corner chair, this 2-year-old girl is able to sit. The high back and sides of the chair prevent the head from falling backwards. By sitting upright, she is part of daily life and can join in with family activities. In summary, it is important to position your child safely. Use a mid-backside lying position and change this position frequently. Be aware of supporting the head when carrying and use a corner chair so that your child can enjoy family life. As parents, you can help your child by stimulating motor development, practicing daily mobility, positioning your child in the right way, asking for help when needed.